Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Yoga Mat Virtuoso. If you're a yoga teacher looking to improve your skills, refine your sequences or your cues a little bit, or just sort of deepen your practice, you're in the right place. My name's Colin, and I break down popular yoga classes, offering tips and tricks and sometimes critiques that we can use to get ourselves better and to improve the quality of yoga that we offer to our students. If you're also just like a yoga student and you're kind of just into yoga, you might find this stuff pretty cool as well. Today, we're going to be doing something that makes me a little bit nervous. We're going to be taking a look at Yoga with Adriene. Now, this is by far the most popular YouTube yoga teacher that you're going to find. She has, I believe, almost 13 million subscribers. The video we're going to review today is called Yoga for Stress Relief. It has 1.4 million views. She put it out 10 years ago, so it's one of her earlier videos. And I'm sure she's done a lot of work and has improved things since then, even more. But we're going to still go back into the archives, take a look at Yoga with Adriene 10 years ago, Yoga for Stress Relief. And let's take a look.
What's up, everyone? Welcome to Yoga with Adriene. I'm Adriene, and it's time for a little you time. We have a yoga practice for stress relief. This is a practice that will relieve tension in the body, but also provide a nice little energetic cleanse. So put on some comfy clothes and hop on your mat for a little yoga for stress relief.
Let me say right off the hop here, I'm already. I have a good vibes. I got good vibes. Let me tell you why I got good vibes here. What I'm seeing. She's not selling the sex. This is not sexy yoga. This is not sexy time yoga. This is just yoga for people that are into yoga, and so I'm into that. Usually, when I take a look at videos that are very popular on YouTube, yoga videos, what's been happening to me is because I've been reviewing all these yoga YouTube videos. I search for yoga YouTube video yoga stuff on YouTube all the time, and what's happening is my algorithm it keeps on offering me like sexy time yoga, and I don't know how to tell I'm trying to tell the algorithm. I don't want sexy time yoga. I just want like yoga. I don't know. I feel like it just doesn't believe me when I say, trust me, no, for real, I just want yoga.
You can cross the ankles here. You can sit up on a blanket or a block, lift the hips, especially if you feel like you're creating this shape in your body. And
that's a fantastic cue right there.
Up, so you have a little more of a fighting chance. Another option, of course, is to bring one ankle.
I don't know if you caught that or not. What she said was to put like a blanket. She's even got it. I don't think she needs it, but she's got a blanket underneath her hips to get her hips higher than her knees so that it's easier to sit upright. It's such a simple thing to say, but it is like bang on. It's what people need.
For me, that's what find what feels good means. So find what feels good, come to a nice, comfortable seated position. And we'll just take a second to drop the chin into the chest. Relax the weight of the head over. And relax the palms gently on the knees or the tops of the thighs. Close your eyes now. So you can take a break from looking at the video here and just drop the weight of the head over. Go ahead and let.
What a great cue that is. Close your eyes. Stop looking at me. Stop looking at the screen, Gee, that's good. That is good stuff. I'm not just saying that because you're popular, Adriene. That's good stuff.
Change my clothes. Do I really have time for this? And just give yourself permission to be here in this moment. Trust that you chose the right video. It is valuable to take the time here. And we begin to release and relax into the moment.
That, trust that you chose the right video is funny.
Space between your navel and your spine. Cultivate a little energy there as you draw a line up through the center channel of the body and begin to roll up. Again, you can open the gaze here to just take a peek at the video. Otherwise, trust yourself here as we roll up nice and tall, coming into Sukhasana, or the pose of ease. Relax your jaw.
Just lovely. Just lovely. Great opening with the head down because this is for stress relief. That's going to be down regulating. Eyes closed, that slow roll up. So far, no notes. Real good.
From the crown of the head down through the tail.
Her clothes are crazy, though. So stripy and orange.
My voice as we begin to notice the breath. It's really quite lovely. Right when I said that, I hear the wind chimes on my front stoop. And that's one of the things I love about yoga and yoga practice is as my practice unfolds, so does my awareness too.
That's a great
My capacity to see, feel, experience things in the moment is truly awesome. So here we are, chilling, checking in with the breath. Just noticing the natural rhythm.
Just chilling. I like it. I'm gonna jump forward, see what she's up to here. She's still just chilling.
Just going to spend a couple more moments here. If you're familiar with alternate nostril breathing, this is another great breath or pranayama practice that you might choose to do right now for the next couple beats. Super relaxing, and we have a video on that. You might also connect to your ujjayi breath, which we also have a video for.
Ujjayi is funny.
Relief practice with a little pranayama.
English-speaking yoga teachers have this funny habit of adding emphasis on the syllable. Now, I'm not a huge ujjayi. So I'm being a jerk. I'm not a huge ujjayi fan, for being fair, honest here. I don't love it. I think there are better options.
And by that I mean keep it soft and easy.
What face was that?
Looping the shoulders forward, up and back. The fingertips and palms can begin to soften here. And keep deepening the breath. Great, one more. This time we loop the shoulders forward, up and back. For a moment here, we just continue squeezing shoulders up towards the ears. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. Take a deep breath in. And exhale, dropping down through the elbows. Awesome. Two more just like that. Inhale, drawing the shoulder blades forward and the shoulders up towards the ears.
So this is kind of a cool technique. I like stuff like this where it's utilizing contrast. So you want people to release tension in their neck. First, they have to know that there is tension. They have to be able to feel that squeezy, squeezy feeling. See, the tension that you are feeling most of the time, you don't even really feel that anymore. You're so accustomed to it, right? You're just used to it, just there. So you stop identifying the fact that there is tension. So when someone says, release the tension in your neck, you're like, what tension? I don't feel that. It's like a fish in water situation. They don't know they're wet. Maybe they do. I don't know. But I'm guessing they don't because they're always wet. So what you want to do is actually sort of squeeze a little bit and have people go like, oh, there's the tension, right? There it is. I can feel it. And then it gives them something to actively release. So yeah, I like that. That's good stuff.
Yeah, baby. One more. Inhale.
Yeah, baby.
Forward, up. We squeeze it in. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze.
Yeah, baby was hilarious.
Then exhale, release. Awesome. Bring the palms together at the heart. Namaste. Interlace the fingertips, press the palms forward, up and back. So whatever is stressing you out, you don't even need to ID it right now, identify with it. Just choose to let it go. In fact, you might repeat out loud if you feel comfortable, I choose to let it go. Or you can say it quietly in your head, I choose to release.
Yeah, that's nice.
Letting go of that which no longer serves you, perhaps letting go of the day thus far. As we crawl up the side body here, nice and easy. Shoulder blades are drawing down the back. Keep breathing.
You may have been around in a video where I mentioned this before. It's this thing. My suspicion is that she's no longer saying this, but this thing that yoga teachers do where they put their arms up overhead, but then they say, take your shoulder blades down your back. And those are contradictory. When your arms go up, your shoulder blades are going up. The shoulder blades move with the arms, right? So it doesn't make any sense to move the shoulder blades down when you take the arms up. It's odd. It's a strange instruction. I don't know how that got cooking, but it really is cooking.
Then we'll come back to center stillness. Inhale, carve a line with the nose forward, up and back. Look up. Take a deep breath in and exhale. Break free. Get out of jail free card here in yoga. Again, letting go.
She's super funny, actually. That, like, I don't know. I was like expecting her to bust out some Ariana Grande there. 'Cause I don't believe it no more. Break. That video is amazing. That break free video. It's all about aliens landing or something. Sorry, I'm distracted.
Force. Take it nice and slow.
Okay,
this
here
practice
we go.
is about nurturing your soul and stretching the body. Perhaps you also are interested in getting a workout too. But consider how important it is to work mind, body, and soul. I know that sounds so cheesy, but I couldn't get behind that anymore. I stick with it.
I'm not sure what she means there. She couldn't get behind what? She couldn't get behind workouts anymore?
Muscles, stretching the muscles, nurturing the joints, but also your spirit, your soul. So you can move nice and slow here. We're just going to send the hips a little left to right.
Okay.
Nothing fancy. Knees are directly underneath the hip points.
That is nothing
Wrists
fancy, and I like it.
Are directly underneath the shoulders.
So
Belly
I
comes to
fast
the
forward a
tops
little
of the
bit 'cause you're
thighs, and
wiggling
I
around.
bow forward here and kind of surrender. You might feel a nice release in the upper back body. Sometimes a little pop for me in the upper back body. Feels good. Forehead may hover here, or it might come to rest on the mat. Excuse me.
Good.
Loop the shoulders, tailbone, and mic pack.
We're into
Rocks
some
up towards the
cat-cow.
sky, and we open the chest, open the throat. If you're into the chakras here, you can kind of connect to that area of the body. Notice the sensations there. Just pay attention as you breathe. I'm doing a little Stevie Wonder here as we rock back and forth. Almost said Stevie Nicks. That would have been embarrassing. And then curling the tailbone under, we begin to travel.
I think Stevie Nicks would have worked, by the way. It's both Stevie Wonder and Nicks.
To my chest, and find a little organic movement here as I.
A lot of just sort of rocking around. A lot of like rocking and swaying, just sort of like moving around and stuff. I like that though. This is stuff that anybody can do. Right? This is genuinely yoga for everybody. So far, I haven't seen a single thing on here that might potentially cause people some difficulties or problems, or everything's just like really, really straightforward, simple, easy, natural. You know what I mean? Like it just sort of like, it just makes sense. I can see why the videos do well. All right, we have like a half downward dog. We got like a puppy pose going on.
Shoulders are tight. You don't
Puppy
have to bring the
pose, and then
forehead
she's doing
all the way to.
It's like a puppy pose, but there's like almost like a kind of a cat-cow wiggle in the puppy pose, and that's big fan of all things wiggly. I had a funny story about the wiggles. One of my teachers, his name's David McCammond, greatest yoga teacher of all time. But David, he's gone now, and I miss him dearly. But he got in trouble one time from he was telling me he was studying with the Iyengars, and the Iyengars got mad at him because he was wiggling around too much. They're like, you're hanging around with the wrong people. Too much damn wiggling.
And then the belly.
All right, we're coming into some cobra now.
So we come into a snake pose series here. And again, stress relief, surrender, Shedding of the day thus far, letting go of that which no longer serves you. You see the theme here? So
snake pose, cobra, shedding your thing. That's good. See, that's clever too, because that plays on the name of the posture, and it's sort of evocative for people. It's a really good way to get students to connect with the pose.
just shed it. Shed the weight.
Shedding.
So palms come underneath the shoulders. We zip the legs up tight here. Press the pelvis into the earth, tops of the feet, kiss the mat. Mwah. Great. Loop the shoulders, elbows pull back behind. Engage foundation without clenching the buttocks tight. So there's a way to do that. Just play with that here, whatever that means to you.
That's a great instruction as well. Top notch on that. So the instruction was you want to press your hips down into the ground without like clenching, without getting nervous and sort of gripping your butt cheeks. So that's, it's a tricky instruction actually to say tighten your butt cheeks and press your hips down to the ground, but don't tighten your butt cheeks too much. But that was what she did. I like that.
Keep pulling the elbows back.
Ujjayi breath is something else. Not a big fan.
And one more breath. We might go hands free, opening the palms up towards the heavens.
Okay, I'm gonna skip past this cobra routine.
And then
we get the point.
Yeah, baby. Great.
She goes, yeah, baby, a lot. I like that.
Those again, kissing together.
Super funny.
Moving in a circle here. If you're a family member, Yoga with Adriene family member, you know this one. It's one of my favorites. We're going to inhale, come forward, moving in a circle. Exhale, around and back. So here we begin to create a full body experience if we haven't already. Check.
Yeah, no, that's good. And again, this is just like wiggly material. It's just good and wiggly. Okay, we're going back to downward dog in a bit. Let's check out the downward dog instructions. See what we got here.
Your breath. Cat-cow variation here. Our drunk cat-cow as we move in a circle. And then we'll inhale, come all the way back up. Walk the knees underneath the hip points. Walk the palms out in front. Curl the toes under and send it up to our first downward dog here together. Downward facing dog. Here we go. So nice and slow. Pedaling the feet. Pedal.
Okay, I have notes. She got us into downward dog from all fours, and as a result, stance was too narrow, and she felt that. She stepped her feet backwards a little bit so that her stance would be better, but she forgot to tell us to step our feet back a little bit. So just as, again, tiny, this is not a big deal. It's not a big deal. But it's little things like that get students into positions that are confounding to them, where they're like, how is it that you are able to relax so much? You say downward dog is a resting pose. How are you so relaxed in this? I feel so uncomfortable. Well, the teacher actually made an adjustment that they did not pass along to the student. And as a result, now the student is sort of left a little bit confused by it. So I like plank personally. I go from plank back to downward dog. I find that's the nice distance between the hands and the feet. Let's get back into the video. Okay. So she's gonna come out of downward dog and into this interesting little wrist stretch. Look at this one.
Feels good.
I'm not sure that feels good, but it looks like it feels good to her.
And then slowly, one palm at a time, we release. Nice and slow. Cool. Curl the toes under here.
Her sound effects are rad.
The palms forward. Hang with me here. Great. Press away from the earth, so I broaden through the shoulder blades. You can imagine the two shoulder blades going left to right as you press away from the mat. Great. Then reach your right fingertips forward, lengthen through the right side body. Keep that length, or at least the awareness, as we bring the right fingertips in and underneath the bridge of the left arm. So sometimes we do this stretch with the sit bones back. Today we're going to keep the sit bones lifted. It's like a little torque movement, which I will never do. Don't do that, Adriene. In and out. We come to rest on the right ear, my friends, and we find our breath.
She is genuinely likable. I feel like I'm actually just kind of like hanging out doing yoga with a friend right now. And that's pretty good. That is a good quality. Very natural, very relaxed. The cues that she gives are how to say, they are simple, straightforward, and yet really comfortable and easy feeling. They're very easy. And I don't mean easy in the sense of like these postures are not these postures are easy. They're it's not that. It's more like following them does not require a lot of thought. I am a little bit confused.
Chance to check in with your breath.
I don't know why that arm goes forward. I don't know why does the arm go forward first? Watch it. She's gonna take that left arm and stretch it out in front first, and then reach on. I'm not. Yeah, I don't know. It's cool. I'm sure it probably feels nice, but I'm just not quite sure why. She's also got a little variation on this sort of thread the needle thing where she takes one leg and steps it back. And that's kind of a just like give people a different angle, like a different way to move a little bit. It's going to help this hip to lift up a little bit more so you'd feel like a little bit better rotation in your spine. It's not increasing the twist at all, but it is just sort of moving the posture in a way that's different. So I'm into that. We're back to downward dog. I'm curious. Too much ujjayi.
And we shall unravel back to center.
Let's see if she gives us a better cue on getting into downward dog this time.
Forward, walk the knees in and send it up to your downward facing dog, Adho Mukha.
Yeah, just send it up to your downward facing dog. I don't know, like to me, insufficient. There's just not enough there. There's an assumption at play there that I know what downward dog is. I know where my hands should be. I know where my feet should be. There's an assumption happening there, and I don't feel like that's a very safe assumption to make. We shouldn't assume that our students know much of anything at all, especially when it's so easy to kind of throw in a quick instruction here and there. Like, why not? Why not do that? Okay, she's coming up to standing.
Together, it doesn't matter. As we come into forward fold, grab the elbows, rock a little side to side, shake the head yes and no.
Dog into Uttanasana.
Find that Padabandha. Maybe spreading awareness through all four corners of the feet.
Rock back and forth is nice.
Great. One more breath here.
Up halfway. She's got like a little bit of a collapse here in her knees. I'm not sure if you can see this. The knees go like in a little bit this way. I would cue her to roll her shins out and lift her inner ankles a bit more to get those knees coming out and more in line. Look at you can see it actually. If you follow the thigh, it goes down and matches up with the shin, but right in there, the knees, both of them, kind of kick inwards.
And exhale.
So that's not
Great,
a yoga teacher problem, by the way. Don't confuse that. That's not a yoga teacher issue. I'm a human being issue.
As we slowly roll it up to mountain.
Doing like the roll up. I usually don't teach the roll up. I teach coming up all in one piece, but then this is for stress relief, so I get that.
Lift your heart up. Finding length through the front body as you ground down through the back body. Maybe you take a couple shoulder loops here. Maybe if the neck is tight, you draw a couple circles with the nose one way and then the other.
On mountain pose, which is good.
Great. Then we'll bring the palms together at the heart. Inhale, lift the sternum to the thumbs, draw energy up through the arches of the feet, press away from the earth. Create more space between the crown of the head and the tail, so we can find that opposition here as we lift up through the crown, ground down through the shoulder blades, elbows, heels.
Simple instructions, but good ones for mountain pose. Just like give people something to do or something to work on when they stand there. So you're standing with a bit more attention, a bit more presence. We're liking that.
Do a soft focus here, maybe a drishti, a focal point out in front as we lift the right heel. Kind of pony that right knee up. Stay down nice and low as we cross the right leg over the left.
Eagle.
Now if you want to...
Okay, so she's into eagle pose. We are doing a little bit of balancing work here. My suspicion is that when you balance, you have to pay attention. You can't really balance very well if your mind is going all over the place. So by getting people, she got arms up in eagle pose. Look at that. You don't see that. I thought she was going to cross. I thought she was doing this one. I thought she was going to do that, but no, she went arms up for Garudasana. So that's interesting. But yeah, when you get people to focus on a movement or a posture or an action that is relatively challenging, kind of difficult, on the difficult side, what often happens is that it takes up mind space in order to stay in that posture. And so the mind space that you might have used to maintain some stress, maintain some tension in your life, you're no longer using that. Right now you're using it, she's doing something different. I got to go back. Now you're using it to stand on one foot. She's been on one foot for a long time. That leg must be getting tired.
You can point and flex that right foot, maybe rotate the ankle, lift your heart. So plug in with your heart. Again, let go of your troubles. Forget your troubles, come on, get happy. Great.
She really is super funny.
Mountain pose. Open your palms, just check in, notice the difference between right side.
And like, she's not making jokes. She's not making jokes trying to be funny. She's just like kind of clowny a little bit, which is awesome.
Smile. Don't take yoga so seriously. If that was hard for you, shake it off. Let's try it again. If it was easy for you, rock on. Let's do it again anyway. Here we go. Palms come together.
This super good advice. Don't take yoga so seriously. I wish more people would listen to that advice, actually. I'm not quite sure why in her mountain pose, I'm not sure if she always teaches it like this or whether this is something unique to her stress relief stuff. But that the palms out thing, I'm not quite sure why. Why are we doing that? It just seems like more open in the front of the body than if your palms were facing in, and palms in. See, there's like a little, again, this is me just being super picky. Yoga with Adriene fans, do not come at me. But when she opened the class up, she was like, we're going to sit down, Sukhasana, and then head down. That. And I was like, yes, we like this. This is really, really good material. Big fan, okay? So then why, later in the sequence, are you doing like the opposite? Right? When the palms go up, instead of like dropping down and sort of like releasing and letting go, now we're like tightening the back body and hyper opening. So not really understanding that move as much. And I'm not sure that one is very well thought out. My inclination is that is a habitual move, that's something that she has done in the past, and so she's doing it now, right? That's my guess on that one.
Fingertips. And when you're ready, reach the fingertips all the way up. Inhale in, full body stretch, and exhale.
Okay, we're going back down into Uttanasana, and she's going to transition down onto her back. I feel like there's a Shavasana afoot. There's a little, she's going to go a little twist first. So Jatara Parivartanasana. Nice little twist. All good. And then after that, now it must
full
be
body
Shavasana
stretch as we
time.
inhale. And then exhale, let the fingertips come left to right, arms left to right, palms face up.
So she did it again, and it was more subtle this time. But that movement of like stretch your arms up and then take your arms down, that's actually kind of like consciously building tension in order to release it.
Get situated here for a nice, yummy Shavasana here today. So thank you for practicing with me. I wish you all.
Yeah. Okay, and a little bit of time for shavasana too. So, yeah, kind of that's nice. Actually, that is pretty handy. Um, what what I think I'm going to start to do with these videos, and I haven't done this yet, but I think what I'm going to do is I'll, I'll I'll make a document. I'm going to have to sort of review the video, and I'll make a document with the sequence, and then we can kind of like review the sequence together and just sort of take a look at step by step. What did she do and when did she do it? Why did one thing happen before the other thing? That kind of, I think that might be really, really helpful just so that we can get into the sequencing aspect of this stuff as opposed, because right now I am kind of focused a bit more on the cueing, I think. So, yeah, yoga with Adriene. Like I said, a couple little issues here and there that I don't think are a big deal. I think this was 10 years ago. Somebody takes something that I taught 10 years ago and reviews it, you're going to find all kinds of stuff, I bet. So, yeah, no big criticisms there. And like pluses, things that I liked. Straightforward, simple sequencing. Cueing that actually sort of works and is simple and relaxed. The way that she talks to the camera and the way that she talks to her students, natural, just like friendly, relaxed, natural, easy, comfortable. I think we can all learn from that. I think every yoga teacher should probably sit down and study some of these videos and look at the way that she uses humor, where she's not like cracking jokes. It's just like little things that happen in her mind, and she just sort of like lets them out. She sort of lets us in on what's going on for her. And I think that that's really good for yoga students. You know what I mean? Yoga students have an opportunity, I think, to kind of get more familiar and maybe more comfortable with their teacher that way, because they are letting out a little bit of themselves and a little bit of that, even that little hint of silliness where she's like Stevie Wonder, Stevie Nicks, those little things. Nice, very, very helpful. 2 thumbs up. So speaking of 2 thumbs up, give this video 1. You don't have to give it 2. You can't. Just give it 1, and give me a comment. Give me a subscription. Would love to hear from you. If you find this kind of thing helpful, I would love to find out what exactly is it that you find helpful, so that I can start to drill down on those things and be of more service to you. That's ultimately what I'm looking to do. Is I want to make this a valuable resource for yoga teachers, because I feel like we do not have nearly enough peer review in terms of our sequencing, our cueing. Once we finished our teacher training, we're just sort of out in the wild at that point. And that's not a great place to be very often in terms of receiving feedback and in terms of making adjustments and adaptations and changes to not only the way that we teach, but also the way that we think about teaching. And I think that's very valuable, very important stuff. So if you also think it's very valuable, if you also think it's important, give me a like, give me a subscription, and let me know, by the way, what you'd like me to review next. Let me know down in the comments. Would love to hear it, okay? So thank you for joining me today. I will see you all next time. Take it easy, okay?